Hey, welcome to WSAZ Plus. My name is Tim Ear, and we are following some stories, a bunch of stories today. One of the stories that we're following has to do with Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who is kind of on a whirlwind tour. We caught up with her yesterday a bunch of different times, one at the food bank in Huntington, the Facing Hunger Food Bank, and then she was off to the big announcement that was taking place at the new sports center that's going to go into the town center mall area. And then she was up at Yeager Airport, at West Virginia Yeager International Airport. And today she is at Marshall University. And she's going to think we're stalking her. Not. We're just out there covering the news. U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito visiting Marshall University's Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine for a special announcement regarding federal funding to support what they call strategic initiatives of the School of Medicine. They're taking a look at a video right now. I can see. Well, here, I'll just show you what they're. That's, I think I can show you.
Class sizes foster mentorship.
Yeah, there's
And leadership is.
There's really no need to hear what they're saying right now because it's a video that they're showing about the School of Medicine and all the wonderful things that they do and the people there do. What this is about, it says the funding will support investments in advanced clinical training infrastructure and expanded healthcare data capabilities. Together, these efforts will strengthen hands-on education for medical students and resident physicians and fellows, enhance research and innovation, and improve health outcomes across West Virginia. So we're there to, as you can see, Brad Smith and Shelley Moore Capito, Senator Capito. Brad Smith, of course, is the president of Marshall University, and they're standing there checking out this this publicity video that promotional video that has been shot, and they're looking at all the fine, wonderful things. Senator Capito will join the Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine and Marshall Health Network leaders to provide on providers, faculty, and staff, and students and community partners in this effort today. So there she is on stage. We're expecting to hear from her in just a moment. But again, this is taking place. This has kind of been a whirlwind tour for Senator Capito. And she's probably getting ready to speak right now, so let's just drop in and see what they have to say.
So, Senator Capito, for your steadfast support of Marshall and your unwavering commitment to advancing healthcare across West Virginia. At Marshall University, Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine, our faculty, our staff, our students have spent the past year working collectively to refine and clearly articulate our mission. Today we are guided by a shared and purposeful vision which says we are empowering the future of medicine by elevating education, driving discovery, and championing wellness throughout Appalachia and beyond. When I first visited Huntington 2.5 years ago, I asked a very simple question: where is the medical school? And the answer was very typical of West Virginians. It's everywhere. It's not a single building. Instead, I was told it's across the campus. It's at the VA. It's embedded through our clinical sites and hospital system. We are a patchwork, and we do well. And there's no doubt that this answer speaks very powerfully to our integration as an academic health center. But also highlights a very important reality. Our presence is broad, yet our physical infrastructure needs to evolve, and it needs to match the scale and the real ambition of our mission. And so the building that we're gathered today was opened in 1998, a transformational milestone at the time. It was then a young and ambitious medical school. Now, as we approach the 50th anniversary, and there are some white hair around everybody, we prepare for our accreditation visit for 2027. Next year, in March, we will go through accreditation, and we want to succeed in every way possible. And so we need to start thinking very boldly about our future. And so consider our growth. Our class size has expanded now to 99 students per year. We now host 29 residency and fellowship programs. Our physician assistant program continues to grow and to be very successful. Our research enterprise is thriving. And at the center of all this is a deep and enduring commitment to improving health of all the communities that we serve here in West Virginia. But with growth comes responsibility. We must offer our learners more collaborative study space, more interactive simulation-based education, more integrated research opportunities, more advanced technology and innovation, more environments that promote wellness, resilience, and success, and a more modern, forward-looking curriculum, one that embraces team-based care, population health, rural health delivery, digital medicine, and emerging scientific discovery. We are preparing students not only to master the competitive residencies nationwide, but to lead in the rapidly evolving healthcare landscape. One, not only to train our students to be the physicians of today, but also the leaders and physicians of tomorrow. Today is not just about progress, it has to do with facilities that reflect the excellence of our people and of our programs. It's about positioning Marshall for the next 50 years, for impact, for education, for research, and for the health of our region. It is now my honor to introduce a leader whose vision for Marshall University extends well far beyond buildings, to the students we educate, to the communities we serve, to the future that we're all shaping together. Please join me in welcoming President Brad Smith.
Thank you, Dean Gazal. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another milestone moment at Marshall University, a moment that continues to advance our campus, our community, and our state. Our university is privileged. We're privileged to be one of the flagship institutions for our state, and we play a very unique role. We're a gateway institution. We describe it as a prosperity platform, a place where people can come, accelerate their individual success, their innovative ideas, and have an economic impact on the communities and the region that we serve. Over the past several decades, this university and this healthcare system success has been advanced by visionary leaders who recognize that an investment in education is the great equalizer. It transforms problems into possibilities and dreams into reality. And one of those transformational champions is Senator Shelley Moore Capito. Her leadership has delivered transformational impact, not only for our university, for our community, but for the state and the nation. She has secured $29 million worth of appropriation to support our cybersecurity efforts at the Institute of Cybersecurity. She secured a previous $15 million to begin this vision of a medical school for Marshall University. Most appropriately, this time, she's added another $16.8 million in appropriations to the 15. We now are up to $31.8 million for those that are using Wayne County math. But that's already more than a third of the stack that will be necessary to bring this to fruition. And what this does is this helps us create a state-of-the-art home for medical education for a state that needs more physicians, more access, and more hope. And by the way, I would add inspiration. And because of her efforts at the federal level, this morning the House Finance Committee and the state legislature appropriated a $30 million match to her $31.8 million. Legislature to get that through, but that's the kind of inspiration and impact you have, Senator Capito. Her work reflects a sustained commitment to expanding opportunity, advancing innovation, and ensuring improving healthcare outcomes for every citizen of West Virginia. And her vision is a commitment and a continuation of a vision that began decades ago. In the 1970s, West Virginia faced a severe physician shortage, particularly in our rural communities. Large parts of our state were medically underserved, and we had physicians being trained elsewhere who chose not to return home. Addressing this crisis required vision, it required political will, it required decisive action. That moment and that leadership came in the administration of Governor Arch A. Moore, Jr. During his second term, Governor Moore made expansion of medical education in the state of West Virginia a priority. He recognized a single medical school in West Virginia would be insufficient to serve all of its citizens. He understood improving the state's health would require training physicians where they were needed most. And under his leadership, West Virginia committed to establishing new medical schools, including one at Marshall University in Huntington. Governor Moore's administration supported the necessary legislative appropriations, the federal support, and the governance structures needed to bring this vision to fruition. In 1975, the state legislature approved the funding. In 1977, the medical school at Marshall University was formally established. And from the beginning, we were intentionally different. We were designed as a community-based medical school, integrated with local hospitals and clinics, and focused on producing physicians who would serve West Virginia and remain in West Virginia. Marshall School of Medicine graduated our first physicians in 1981, doctors trained with a deep understanding of Appalachian health needs and a commitment to serve them right here in the mountains of West Virginia. In later years, the school was renamed the Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine, honoring the extraordinary private philanthropy of the Edwards family. However, the creation still rests firmly in the leadership that occurred in the 1970s. It was Governor Arch Moore's leadership that permanently changed healthcare, medical education, and opportunities for West Virginia physicians to be educated here and to serve here. As we reflect on Governor Moore's legacy, it is bold public leadership that has now continued through generations. Senator Shelley Moore Capito has carried forward that same deep belief in opportunity, access, and service. She stands as one of Marshall University's strongest champions in Washington, working tirelessly to secure federal funds, whether it's rural health, broadband expansion, infrastructure, research, workforce development, or student success. In true, what we describe Marshall for All, Marshall Forever fashion, we are building on the foundation of the giants who came before us, in her on the shoulders of her father. Senator Moore Capito and her support of the Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine has brought us to this transformational milestone, the construction of its first dedicated medical school building. And it is more than bricks and mortar. It's about strengthening rural health outcomes, expanding clinical training capacity, driving research, and inspiring hope. Before we bring the senator to the podium, I'm going to ask all of us to have the chance to walk over here, and this is called the Great Reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future and welcome to the podium, our United States Senator and our dear friend, Senator Shelley Moore Capito.
Well, thank you all. I am seriously overwhelmed and so happy to be here to see all the young faces of the future of medicine in West Virginia, in the nation, to see the bright intellect and the vision that the leadership here at the medical school and at the university and all of you here in this room bring every single day, the passion that you bring every single day is just incredibly fulfilling. I mean, if you can see from where I am, this is an awe-inspiring view, because buildings are wonderful and this building's going to be wonderful, but medical schools and caring for people isn't people's business. It's about caring for that mother or that father or that elderly person or the babies that were just born here today, to see that they have a life fulfilled and a life filled with healthcare and healthcare availability. So I'm really, really pleased to be here. Thank you, for Brad, for what you do for Marshall, what you've done for Empty folder. Warning, warning, that's not good. For what you do for Marshall. It's just incredible to watch the growth. Now I've got somebody else's. Hold on there with me. Students, don't worry. I know it's been a while since I was in school, but I haven't totally lost it. Here we go. The tribute to my dad is really very moving for me, as you can imagine. He was a young, at that time, a young governor in West Virginia, but he had a vision, as you said, a vision of really equality for everybody in the state, to be able to have access to health care. And he could see the inequities that existed at that point in his life, and he would be so excited to see the simulation and AI and all of the things now that have brought medicine into this whole new world of vision and caring. So when you celebrate your 50 years, he will be up there looking down and being so proud. So, my dad died in 2015, the day after I was sworn into the United States Senate, which was kind of a remarkable occasion. But I got the job, along with my brother and sister, although those of you who've had parents that die, you always know it's one that gets the job. I got the job of cleaning out the house. They never threw a thing away. Anybody who has parents in that generation, they did not throw anything away. So I found this and I kept it. I gave a lot of his archives up to West Virginia University, where they archive a lot of, they have a big archival unit up there. He'd already given some papers there, so forgive me, I didn't bring it down here, but it's up there. And I kept this because I thought someday I'm going to want to read this and give it to Brad and see the effects of his work. And so also, it wasn't a singular work for him. It's a whole partnership just like today is. So I'm going to, back then, believe it or not, for all you young people, this is the way you got your message across. It's called a telegram. And my dad was governor at the time. It was written June 12, 1972. And it's to the state capitol. And it says to him, Governor Archie Moore Jr., I am delighted with your recommendation supporting our effort to establish a medical school program at Marshall University in Huntington. It has been and is a pleasure to work with Dr. Albert C. Esposito, some Huntington names, Dr. Carl Huffman, and other outstanding residents in this endeavor. It is my hope that our committee can confer with you during the near future to discuss this in detail. This was written by Congressman James Key, who was the congressman from the district here in Huntington. And so I'm going to give this to you, and you can put it in your archives for the medical school. So President Smith mentioned that in the state legislature, and that is terrific news, that the matching dollars are on step one. It kind of brings me back to how I actually got here today at this podium. Because we started with step one probably 2 years ago. And sometimes, as you see in legislative work, it doesn't quite get all the way to the president's desk. So the final year of 2025, it did not get, some of our requests did not get to the final signing for the president, much to my disappointment and to all of you disappointment as well. But this year it did. And I happen to chair the subcommittee that is health, education, and labor, so I could definitely put my own foot on the scale here for Marshall on this one. And so the president signed this bill into law 2 weeks ago, which provides for the appropriations that Brad spoke about, and I'm so very happy. What you need to remember, it's called congressional directed spending, but you need to remember when you come up to April the 15th and pay your taxes, these are your tax dollars coming back into your communities at my direction. So this is all so I'm so excited about what we see in the future here, training healthcare professionals. I'm particularly excited about what I've seen at the Children's Hospital, or what I've seen in terms of research, or where I've seen Marshall's been at the cutting edge to serve our communities across the state. The good doctor showed me the simulation center, the $15 million that we're going to be buying, the simulations, which will again just enable the technology to help fine-tune and move our students into the state-of-the-art facility to be able to be even better than they were those 50 years ago. and also helped again for the informatics and population analytics. Somebody's going to have to explain to me exactly what that is, but it sounds good. And the new facility obviously is extremely important. Scott, thank you for what you do at the hospital and at the medical center. I keep calling it a hospital, but I know it's a center. What you don't know, or maybe you did know, this medical center was stuck in bureaucratic, well, we call it HE double hockey sticks, if you know what I mean, on a technical issue. And this is the beauty, I think, of West Virginia. It had been going round and round. All this, it was 16 or 17 million dollars to Marshall. And it kept getting bounced back, turned around, and everybody. So what happens? We call, you guys call, we call for our great staffs get together. And again, I was able to put my foot on the scale and say, come on guys, this is money from COVID era experience where Marshall met the need that they had to need. They've spent the money, they need this reimbursement. Please, please. That came through. I mean, I think Brad texted me in about 0.4 seconds after he got the news. But anyway, that's another way that I can, give back and help to this wonderful facility. So to all the faculty, the students, the researchers, the community members, the mayor, I mean, this isn't about Huntington, this is about a region, it's about the people that live here, it's about the people who want to live here and will come here, it's the future, it's cementing the future, and I'm wonderfully proud of every single person in this room, and wonderfully proud that I can be your partner to help you really exceed your expectation and build your dreams way beyond what you thought you would be able to do. So thank you all very much.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up the announcement. Marshall University announcing some new federal funding coming in today, thanks to Senator Shelley Moore Capito, and she, as she did yesterday, she mentioned that that this was her baby, that she was in charge of appropriations for appropriating that funding. She was on the subcommittee that serves, that allows this kind of funding to come to a place like the Marshall University Medical School. So we're going to have much more on this coming up tonight at 5 and 6, and don't forget we will be streaming our 4 o'clock newscast right here for you to see. So we're just about just over a half hour away from that right now. So I guess I better go put a suit on. So hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you later on News Channel 3.